Well, Deborah, the thing that was interesting about his comments was he he didn't think he'd been to a meeting in over 4 years, and
Well, we know they've been contacting him through email because we have those in our possession.
yeah, he might not have been at a meeting in 4 years, but
He's certainly been discussing the Pullum Park sale.
there's plenty of evidence that he's played a role in all of this, and that's fine. But
Yeah, you can't blame the property owner for
No.
accepting a good deal. You have to blame the people who are responsible
Right.
for
hey,
setting the good deal in front of him on a silver platter.
as I have said many times before, I'm all for capitalism.
3.4 million plus, as Commissioner Lynchard pointed out, it'll run into the 4 millions if I remember right, with the interest finally with the full mortgaged amount.
Easily, and two, in order to get the payment smaller, each time you extend the years, the interest rate goes up, so you get to catch 22 at a certain point. If this thing doesn't mature fairly quickly, then the taxpayers are going to be on the hook for this
Well,
thing.
one thing I thought was interesting was the deal. One of the deals that was forwarded was that we would give Mr. Pullum $1.5 million up front for a down payment, and then as the properties sell, which they haven't done,
We would pay off the principal.
it would go directly to the principal. But we're also being told, well, we're going to give those properties away to, big job companies coming in.
So we won't have any money to
Yeah.
give to pay off on the principal.
Right, which I assume will mean that the principal that's still owed will be rolled into, higher and higher payments as the interest accumulates.
Right, and look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna. I've already stated it in 2 or 3 county commission meetings. I am adamantly opposed to this purchase. If Mr. Pullum has not sold a lot in 30 years, if Team Santa Rosa has tried to sell a lot over the last 2 years where they have extensively marketed that property.
Well, and where county commissioners did not bother to negotiate on what looks like the highest possible price that you could pay.
Right.
I mean, that's a premium price, in my opinion. My humble opinion, that's a premium price for that property. For undeveloped property. And remember, he's keeping the platted development part, and he's keeping the frontage that runs along the road. So this is all interior land that they're paying this
Exactly.
3.3 million for.
And we discussed the very same thing on the 5 Points land acquisition. Of it appears to us, and it appears by appraisal, that you are paying the absolute top dollar. You are, as a representative of the taxpayers, you are laying down with your head bowed and saying, "Please, mister, can I give you this big sack of money?" With no negotiation, or very little negotiations. I won't say no negotiations.
Yeah,
but
apparently
very
there was
little.
one appraisal that was actually higher than what they paid, but I think that's the appraisal that Mr. Pullum ordered.
Right. I mean,
I think I would use the $900,000 as a starting point if I thought we needed more industrial park land, which is up in the air in and of itself is a question.
Let's go back to capitalism. If my representative is going to truly represent and have feelings for the taxpayers of Santa Rosa County, he would walk in and say, "I got an appraisal for $900,000. That's the starting point, Mr. Pullum. Would you like to make a counteroffer?" Okay, because we're not accepting your appraisal that didn't even have local comps in it. Period. End of story. Starting price is $900,000.
Right. That's what I would have done.
Put your offer in writing. We will consider it at the next county commission meeting. All right. We just don't see that happening. Oh, here's a huge, gigantic appraisal. 32. Santa Rosa County property appraiser has that property at $2,800 an acre. The $900,000 appraisal puts it at about $9,500 an acre. And what you, the taxpayers, are being asked to pay for this is $32,000 an acre, ladies and gentlemen. And
for undeveloped interior land.
Exactly. And I just look, I understand politics and the art of negotiation. I don't see where there's been any negotiation. The landowner comes in with an unbelievable appraisal that doesn't even use local comps, and we get down on one knee and say, "Dear landowner, is there anything else we can do for you while you're here?" You know,
that was my impression.
Just give them the farm. You know, and I'm gonna tell you, I've had enough of it.
And it's an enormous amount of money.
Well, sure.
It
well,
ties
sure
it up
is.
for 15, maybe 20 years.
Well, and that's one of the reasons why we're dedicating a lot of time on our TV show concerning this, ladies and gentlemen. This is the biggest single. The largest single land purchase that I know of in the history of Santa Rosa County. Could be upwards of $4 million before it's over with. And I'm going to tell you, if you are as upset about this as I am, I want you to contact your county commissioner. And I'm even going to furnish you with the phone number. You can simply dial 983-1876. You can leave a message for a specific commissioner, or you can leave a message to all the commissioners.
And the commissioners who voted this, squeaked this through, Commission Chair Don Salter, District 3, Commissioner Bob Cole, District 2, and of course Commissioner Gordon Gooden,
Right.
District 4.
Right. And and certainly I took the time. I have told Commissioner Williamson and Commissioner Lynchard I thank them for the vote that they took. I thanked them publicly for it, and I sent them an email to thank them for it. If you don't agree with this, I think you need to call 983-1876 and give your commissioner a peace of mind, or you can get on the webpage. Their emails are listed. By all means, send them an email.
Or they could attend the county commission meeting this Monday.
Absolutely.
9 o'clock, County Commission Chambers.
This coming Monday at 9 o'clock. Be there. More than likely, it'll be one of the first items on the agenda. Stand up there and express your opinions.
Because they've approved this, but they still have to find a way to pay for it. And if they can't find a way to pay for it,
then that opens up a whole nother can of worms.
And it looks like they're looking for ways to take it out of taxpayers' hide to pay for this.
Right, exactly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, wow, 30 minutes is not enough to cover that. We jammed it in the best we could. Okay, it's time for you to take action. You know, more and more people have joined my team over the last few years and have started to stand up and started to write emails and start saying, "Hey, I'm tired of this. I'm not going to take it anymore."
Well, and one thing I'd like to add, because we didn't talk about this and we need to touch on this, is it was kind of insinuated that Commissioner Williamson and Commissioner Lynchard were somehow against good jobs.
Right.
And this is a refrain we hear over and over again when you disagree with something, well, you're against good jobs.
Right.
Well, we haven't seen any good jobs coming to this county
Right.
in a very long time, despite millions going into this economic
Absolutely.
development program and into Team Santa Rosa. And they made a point of responding to that and saying, we love to see good jobs coming to this county too. Why do we have to pay $4 million for a piece of land when we've got 2,000 acres sitting empty?
It's just like Commissioner Williamson said, you know, we have to be physically responsible with what we have in front of us today.
Yeah.
And looking at the fact of lower ad valorem taxes coming in and what adjustments may have to be made in the county, now is not the time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, whew, there it is. That was a blur. I'm Jerry Cooley.
I'm Deborah Nelson.
And you can find us next Saturday, 4:35, Channel 27.
Thanks for watching.